Tonight, you begin a gentle journey. You step away from the noise of the day, the clutter of thoughts, the endless lists and voices that fill the hours of sunlight. You step instead into a place where time moves differently, a place that feels softer, slower, quieter, as though the world has taken a deep, restful breath. It begins with a single lantern. Its glow is warm and steady, not too bright, not too dim. A light that does not push against the night but melts into it, blending with the shadows. You walk toward this lantern, and as you do, you notice the pathway beneath your feet. Smooth stones cool to the touch, lined with moss that seems to hum with the memory of rain. Each step feels like a release, a gentle letting go, as though the weight you carried in the day is dissolving into the earth. Have you ever wondered what silence truly sounds like? Here, in this lantern-lit garden, silence is not empty. It is alive. It hums with subtle sounds, the kind of sounds you often miss when the world is busy. The soft trickle of water in the distance, the slow chorus of crickets hidden among the leaves, the faint brush of night air weaving through branches, all of it blending into a single melody that cradles you, carrying you deeper into stillness. You pause for a moment, breathing in. The air carries the fragrance of night flowers, delicate, blooms that only open when the sun has set. Their scent is gentle, sweet, almost like honey drifting on a breeze. You breathe out slowly, and as you do, you feel the day leaving your body. Tension in your shoulders softens. The tightness in your chest loosens. Even the thoughts that linger at the edge of your mind begin to float away, as though they are petals placed on a river, carried gently downstream. The lanterns multiply as you continue. 1 becomes 2, 2 becomes 4. Soon the pathway is lined with glowing lights, each one resting on a slender post, their flames swaying slightly with the breath of the night. Together they create a rhythm, a golden heartbeat leading you deeper into the garden. Shadows dance across the path, stretching long, then curling back, like waves folding against the shore. You notice the contrast, darkness and light, shadow and glow. And in this contrast there is no conflict, only harmony. You reach a small archway, its frame woven with ivy. Beyond it, the pathway opens into a circular garden, a hidden world within. The night. Here, flowers bloom in soft colors, pale blues, silvers, and whites that seem to glow in the moonlight. Their petals are turned upward, as though they are whispering gratitude to the sky. You step gently onto the grass, soft as velvet beneath your feet. Have you ever walked beneath a sky so clear, so deep, that the stars seemed close enough to touch? Above you, the heavens stretch wide. Stars shimmer in quiet constellations, some bright, some faint, all of them gathered like lanterns of eternity. The moon rests low, a silver arc, sending its light across the garden. Everything here feels both vast and intimate, infinite and close. You wander slowly, without hurry. There is no need for time here, no clock, no schedule, no pressure. Only the rhythm of your breath, rising and falling like waves, in and out, in and out. Each inhale drawing in the quiet strength of the night, each exhale letting go of the day's heaviness. As you walk, you notice a small fountain at the garden center. Its waters rise gently, then fall with a soft murmur, rippling outward in endless circles. You step closer, watching the reflection of the stars tremble on the surface. For a moment, the fountain feels like a mirror of the universe, still, shimmering, infinite. You place your hands along the edge, feeling the stone cool beneath your touch. And here, by the fountain, gratitude enters your journey. Not as a loud declaration, not as something heavy or forced. Gratitude appears like a small candle glowing softly within you, a warmth that spreads from the center of your chest outward, reaching into your breath, your thoughts, your being. You think of one simple thing you are grateful for. It could be as small as this moment, the sound of water, the safety of night, the gift of being able to rest. It could be the memory of a kind word, a gentle hand, a quiet smile. Whatever it is, let it glow within you, steady as the lanterns, soft as moonlight. Have you ever noticed how gratitude feels lighter than worry? How it doesn't press down, but instead lifts? In this garden, you feel it clearly. Gratitude is not a burden to carry, but a lantern to guide, small, glowing, easy to hold. You breathe again, slower now. Inhale, feeling gratitude expand. Exhale, letting go of everything else. Inhale, soft light filling you. Exhale, shadows drifting away. This rhythm carries you further into calm, like a lullaby written by your own breath. Around you, the garden seems to respond. The flowers sway more gently, as though bowing. The water sparkles with greater clarity. Even the crickets soften their song, like an orchestra slowing to a hushed, tender note. The night itself feels like it is leaning closer, wrapping you in its embrace. You walk once more along the path, lanterns guiding you forward. Each step feels lighter. Each step feels softer. You notice how the stones beneath your feet are cool, steady, grounding. You notice how the air brushes against your skin, neither warm nor cold, simply balanced, simply perfect. You notice how your body feels different, now less tense, more fluid, more at ease. And as you move, you realize this garden is not just around you. It is within you. The lanterns are the quiet moments of peace you've carried without noticing. The flowers are the small joys you've gathered along the way. The fountain is the well of stillness that waits in your own heart. Gratitude is not something you search for. It has always been here, waiting to be seen. The path bends gently, curving toward a deeper section of the garden. The lanterns glow, more faintly now, their light blending with the starlight. The air is cooler, carrying the scent of jasmine and pine. Ahead, the sound of water changes, less like a fountain, more like a river flowing softly in the distance. You pause for one last look at the garden around you, the moon resting on the horizon, the flowers open and still, the fountain whispering, the lanterns glowing in rhythm. Everything here a reminder of the gentle balance between silence and sound, shadow and light, rest and renewal. And as you step deeper into this quiet, you feel the night guiding you onward, guiding you toward the first true story of gratitude. And so you walk softly beyond the garden, following the faint sound of water until it fades into the distance. The lanterns behind you glow faintly, like memories, while ahead the darkness deepens, gentle, not frightening, but embracing, as if the night itself wishes to carry you further. The path beneath your feet changes, no longer smooth stones but earth. Soft soil, cool with dew, cradles each step, You notice the scent of wood smoke in the air, faint at first, then stronger as though carried by the breath of time itself. And with it comes warmth, pulsing softly, guiding you forward. Have you ever wondered what it felt like to sit by the first human fires? Before stories were written, before cities, before clocks, just people huddled together under the sky, flames flickering, shadows dancing on their faces, gratitude whispered into the dark. You follow the glow until the trees open into a clearing. There, at its center, a fire burns. Not harsh, not wild, but steady. Golden flames rising, swaying, bowing low, then rising again as though the fire itself were breathing. Around it sit figures, men and women of ancient days, wrapped in furs, eyes bright with reflection. Their voices are low, slow, rhythmic, carrying the cadence of stories passed down for generations. The firelight touches their faces, softening lines, warming cheeks. You notice the contrast, shadow and glow, silence and story, solitude and community. And yet there is no conflict here, only harmony. You step closer, unnoticed at first, though in this dreamlike place. Perhaps you were always meant to be here. The earth near the fire is warm. You lower yourself slowly, feeling its heat seep into you, grounding you, loosening what remains of the day's weight. One of the elders begins to speak. Her voice is steady, cracked with age, yet flowing like water. She tells of the sun, how, every morning, it rises unasked, unbought, unearned, spilling light across the earth. She speaks of rain falling freely from the sky, nourishing the soil, filling rivers, giving life to seeds. She speaks of the wind, the stars, the fire itself. And as she speaks, the others nod, murmuring softly in agreement, as though gratitude is not just her story, but the thread that holds them all together. You listen, and with every word, you feel yourself soften. Gratitude in this circle is not a polite phrase or a fleeting thought. It is survival. It is connection. It is the recognition that life itself is a gift, and that nothing, not warmth, not water, not breath, is owed, yet everything is given. The flames crackle, sending sparks upward, like tiny stars joining the heavens. The smoke rises slow, spiraling, carrying with it the prayers of thanks, whispered by generations before you. You breathe it in, the scent of burning wood, ancient and familiar, grounding you deeper. Have you ever noticed how fire draws people closer? Its warmth invites, its light soothes, its sound comforts. Here, the circle around the fire feels timeless. Strangers are not strangers. You belong without needing to speak, without needing to prove. Simply being here, simply breathing, is enough. Another elder speaks. His hands are rough, scarred by work, yet his voice is gentle. He tells of gratitude for the earth beneath them, the soil that holds seeds, the stones that shape their tools, the ground that supports each step. He tells of gratitude for each other, for shared meals, for laughter, for the comfort of another heartbeat in the night. And as he speaks, you notice the others listening, not with impatience, not with distraction, but with stillness. In their stillness, you sense a deep knowing. Gratitude is not rushed. Gratitude is not demanded. It unfolds like firelight, slowly, steadily, in its own rhythm. You close your eyes for a moment, letting the warmth of the fire wash over you. The voices around you blur into a hum, low and steady, like a lullaby sung by the earth itself. You feel your breath deepen. Inhale, warm, golden air filling you. Exhale, releasing, like smoke rising upward, carrying away what no longer serves you. When you open your eyes again, the fire seems brighter. Its flames reveal the circle more clearly now. Faces illuminated, smiles soft, eyes heavy with calm. The people begin to sing, a low chant, wordless yet full of meaning. Their voices rise and fall with the flames, weaving gratitude into sound. The song carries you, cradling you, as though each note were a blanket wrapping around your shoulders. Have you ever felt how music can shift the heart even without words? Here in this firelit circle, gratitude becomes music. Gratitude becomes breath. Gratitude becomes silence between the notes. The song fades slowly, like embers dimming. In its place, the crackle of fire remains, steady and soothing. The group sits in quiet now, not from emptiness, but from fullness, the kind of quiet that comes when nothing more needs to be said. You look at the flames again. Each flicker, each glow, each ember seems to whisper a story. The fire does not shout. It does not demand, it gives endlessly, quietly, transforming wood into warmth, into light, into comfort. You realize that gratitude is much the same. It transforms whatever it touches. A simple thought becomes peace. A small moment becomes meaning. A breath becomes enough. The elder who spoke first lifts a handful of herbs and tosses them into the flames. The fire flares briefly, releasing a sweet, earthy fragrance. The scent drifts around you, calming, grounding, soothing. You breathe it in deeply, feeling it spread through you like liquid light. And here, in the glow of firelight, gratitude becomes personal. You recall something, perhaps a memory, perhaps a person, perhaps a simple joy that warms you. You hold it in your mind softly, without grasping, just letting it glow the way the fire glows, steady, gentle, without effort. In this ancient circle, surrounded by timeless voices, gratitude feels eternal. It feels like the thread that connected them then, that connects you now, that will connect others long after. The fire begins to settle, flames lowering, embers glowing red. The people lean back, resting, eyes heavy, faces peaceful. The night grows deeper, the stars brighter, the silence fuller. You close your eyes once more, listening to the fire's steady crackle like a heartbeat of the earth. And as you listen, you feel yourself drifting, not away, but deeper in. Deeper into calm, deeper into gratitude. And as the fire dims, you rise softly, stepping away from the circle, carrying the warmth with you. The path opens once again. Ahead, you hear the faint murmur of a river, its voice like silver threads woven into the night. The fire's glow lingers behind, a memory in your chest. And as you walk toward the sound of flowing water, the night whispers gently. And as the fire dims, you find yourself walking onward toward a river that whispers of gratitude. Tonight, after leaving the lantern-lit garden and the glow of ancient firelight, you begin to notice the soft sound of water. It is not loud, not rushing, not forceful. It is gentle, a murmur, as though the earth itself is whispering a lullaby. You follow the sound step by step, through the quiet path where shadows fall long and silver beneath the moon. Have you ever noticed how water seems to carry secrets? Secrets older than words, secrets that belong not to people, but to time itself? The path bends, and before you, a river unfolds. Its surface is smooth, glass-like, broken only by the smallest ripples where crickets skim across. You pause, breathing in. The scent of night jasmine drifts here too, mingling with the fresh coolness of flowing water, and so you step closer. The river at night is different than in the day. By sunlight, it might dazzle, it might rush, it might call you to movement and energy, but here, under the moon, it is a mirror that does not show the details of your face, but something deeper. It shows stillness. It shows the truth of slowing down. You kneel by the riverbank, the earth cool beneath your hands, and look into the moving water. It carries stars, as if the heavens have bent down and decided to travel along the current. Each ripple is like a thought. Each sparkle of moonlight is like a memory, and you realize this river is not outside of you. It is inside. It is the place where your day begins. To loosen, where your mind begins to wander from tasks and lists into something softer, something quieter. Have you ever let your thoughts float away as if they were little boats, drifting across the water, guided only by the current? Some boats are heavy, carrying worry. Some boats are light, carrying laughter. Some boats you cling to. Others you are ready to release. Tonight, by this river, you do not need to choose. You simply watch, you breathe, slowly, in and out, and with each breath, one more thought is released. You do not chase them. You do not cling to them. You let them drift, some fading into shadow, some catching the light. The water itself seems to hum, and as you listen, it is as though the hum becomes your breath. Inhale, and the river swells gently. Exhale, and the river softens into quiet ripples. The boundary between your body and the river begins to blur. You are not separate. You are part of its rhythm. And in that rhythm, reflection begins. What do you see here in this water? Not sharp images, not exact lines, just impressions, just feelings. A moment from today drifts by, and you watch it with kindness. A word you spoke, or perhaps one you wished you had spoken. A task you completed, or one that still waits. The river does not judge. It carries all things with equal gentleness. You may notice, as you gaze, that the river accepts even the heaviest stones. It carries them with patience, softening their edges as time goes on. So too does your heart soften here. Gratitude begins to rise, not as a duty, but as a natural current. Gratitude for the breath you are breathing now. Gratitude for the body that has carried you through this day. Gratitude even for the river itself, flowing endlessly, reminding you that reflection is not about holding on, it is about letting go. And as you breathe, you imagine placing your day upon the water, one by one, each moment, each thought, each weight, placed gently as though laying petals on the surface. They do not sink, they drift, they join the current, and you watch them go drifting into distance. The moon above catches on each one until the whole river seems to sparkle with your letting go. The air is cooler here by the water. It wraps around you like a shawl of night, soft and light. The sound of the river becomes steady, like the hush of a lullaby repeated over and over. Not loud, not demanding, just steady. A sound you can lean against. The trees bend low as though they too are listening, and you wonder just for a moment if this river has listened to countless travelers before you, people who paused here, people who placed their thoughts here, people who let the river carry away the weight they no longer needed. In this way, you are not alone. You are part of something timeless. Your reflection trembles on the water, softened by ripples, and you realize how gentle life becomes when you stop trying to hold every detail perfectly still. The beauty is not in stillness alone, but in the movement, the dance of light and shadow across the water's surface. So too in your own journey, there is no need for perfection, only flow, only trust. The river whispers this truth, not in words but in presence, and you listen and you breathe, and you feel your body grow heavier, more relaxed, as if the river is carrying not only your thoughts but your very weight. As time drifts, the line between reflection and dreaming begins to blur. Perhaps you close your eyes, hearing the water, but seeing images of your own. Perhaps you keep them half open, watching moonlight stretch and bend across the surface. Either way, you feel yourself being carried, without movement, without effort. The current is gentle, the night is kind, and so, with one last slow inhale, you let the river gather what remains. With one long, easy exhale, you let yourself release into quiet. The garden, the firelight, the river. They are all threads weaving together into a single tapestry of calm. And as you sit by the water's edge, you know this is only the beginning, because deeper into the night, more stories of gratitude await, waiting like lanterns along a path. And now you rise slowly, gently, leaving the river behind, yet carrying its calm within you. Each step is lighter, each breath softer, and with this ease you continue your journey into the next chapter of the night. Tonight, you will drift gently from the edge of the river into a grove where tall trees lean close, as though they have been waiting for you. Their trunks are dark and strong, yet their branches move with an almost human tenderness, swaying slowly in the hush of night. A soft wind stirs the leaves, and in their movement you hear it. A language without words, a language older than memory. The trees whisper. You pause, letting the sound wash over you. It is not the sharp chatter of daytime, not the rush of hurried voices, not the noise of machines or demands. It is slower, quieter, filled with patience. If you listen closely, you realize their whispers are not random at all. They are carrying stories. Stories of gratitude, carried in every rustle, carried in every sigh. Have you ever felt the strange comfort of standing beneath a canopy of leaves when the world above you seems alive with sound, yet also protective, sheltering you from everything harsh or heavy? That is where you are now. Trees bend closer, as though wanting you to rest beneath their arms, and for a while you allow yourself to sink into that embrace. Take a long, gentle breath in. The air is cool, scented faintly with pine, with cedar, with the sweetness of flowers hidden in the undergrowth. Exhale slowly. As you breathe out, imagine the trees receiving what you release, the worries, the thoughts, the tensions of your day, and in return, offering you calm. It is a quiet exchange, as natural as wind passing through branches. The leaves above stir again, and in their soft chorus, you begin to hear gratitude expressed in simple, timeless ways. One tree speaks of the rain that nourished its roots. Another whispers of the sun that warmed its bark. A third recalls the creatures that made their homes among its branches. Each whisper reminds you that even in stillness there is receiving, and in receiving there is giving. Gratitude flows like breath through the forest. You take another step, following the winding path deeper into the grove. Shadows stretch long, but they do not frighten you. They only remind you of contrast, how much gentler the glow of moonlight feels when set against shade, how much more soothing the silence becomes when balanced with the faint song of crickets. You notice how every tree, every shadow, every breath seems to carry a lesson without words. Gratitude need not be loud. It can exist quietly, like a whisper that softens the night. You pause beneath the tallest tree in the grove. Its branches arc wide above you, its trunk etched with the marks of many seasons. If you lean close, you can almost hear its gratitude, whispered directly to you. Gratitude for storms survived, gratitude for winds endured, gratitude for simply being here, still standing, still alive. And in hearing this, something within you softens. You realize that even your own struggles, even the storms of your days, can be held with thanks, for they shaped you, sheltered you, brought you to this moment. Have you ever wondered what wisdom a tree might give if it could speak in words? Tonight, you feel the answer. Not in sentences, not in explanations, but in the quiet rhythm of the leaves, in the stillness that holds you. Their message is simple: be thankful for your roots, for your seasons, for your growth. The longer you listen, the more your own mind begins to whisper back. Thoughts of gratitude rise within you, gentle and unforced. Perhaps for the people who have walked beside you, perhaps for moments of laughter or lessons learned, perhaps simply for the breath moving in and out of your body, steady and unbroken. These thoughts do not crowd you, they drift like soft leaves, falling light and effortless until the ground of your heart feels covered in them. As you rest in this grove, the whispering trees sway slowly, as though rocking you towards sleep. Their branches weave shadows across the forest floor, and in those shadows you find calm. The world of the day feels far behind now, softened into distance. Here, there is only night, only stillness, only gratitude spoken in the language of leaves. And so you linger, resting against the base of the great tree, breathing with the rhythm of the forest. Every inhale draws in peace. Every exhale releases weight. Time slows until it almost disappears, leaving you only with the whispering presence around you. At last the wind shifts, carrying the whispers onward, guiding you gently to move again. You stand feeling lighter, and follow a path that glimmers faintly with moonlight at its edges. The trees lean close once more, but this time their whispers sound like a farewell, as though blessing you on your way. And as you leave the grove behind, you feel ready for the next part of your journey. The path ahead curves toward a meadow where gratitude blooms not only in whispers, but in living color. Bridge. And as you walk out from beneath the whispering trees, you step softly into an open field where the night itself begins to blossom with gratitude in ways you have never seen before. Tonight, your steps carry you beyond the forest's embrace, where the last murmurs of leaves grow softer and the world seems to open wide. Before you stretches a meadow, vast and tender, its grasses moving like a calm ocean under the cool night air. You pause at the edge, allowing your breath to join the rhythm of this quiet field. In and out, as though you too are swaying gently with the meadow itself. The stars above shine more freely here, unobstructed, scattered like silver blossoms upon a velvet sky. Their soft light touches the field, and you notice that the earth is not empty, but painted with flowers that bloom only in the hush of night. White petals open slowly, deliberately, as if savoring their own secret timing, and their fragrance drifts across the air. Faint, delicate, carrying notes of sweetness that invite your chest to expand in ease. You walk forward, and the grass brushes your fingertips, cool and smooth, whispering as it bends. Each step is quiet, cushioned, as though the meadow is welcoming you with softness beneath your feet. You breathe in the night scent, and you breathe out what is heavy. In this simple exchange, you begin to sense gratitude, not as a thought, not as a word, but as a living presence rising up from the ground itself. Have you ever wondered what it would feel like if the earth remembered you? Here, in this meadow, you begin to imagine that it does. The blossoms seem to open wider as you pass, their delicate faces turning slightly toward you as though your very presence is part of their unfolding. It is as if the meadow is saying, "Thank you for walking gently. Thank you for noticing." You find a place in the middle of the field where the blossoms are tallest, glowing softly in the moonlight. The air here is still except for the hum of night insects singing their slow, patient songs. You lower yourself onto the grass, lying back so the flowers surround you like a quiet crown. From here, the sky feels endless, and you are held between the stars above and the blossoms below. Your body relaxes into the ground. Shoulders soften. Arms rest easily by your sides. The grass supports you without effort. You breathe deeply, and it is as if the meadow is breathing with you, expanding, releasing, opening, letting go. Each exhale drifts upward like invisible pollen, carrying away the remnants of the day. Each inhale fills you with calm sweetness, the same way blossoms draw in the moonlight, and then, as you gaze upward, something subtle begins to happen. The stars do not twinkle as sharply here. Instead, they glow like steady lamps, each one patient and unwavering. You realize that this is how gratitude works, not as sudden flashes or loud bursts, but as a soft light that continues, steady and generous even when unnoticed. You remember moments, perhaps small ones, when life gave you something gentle, a hand that steadied you, a word that soothed, a kindness that arrived without asking. These memories float into you not to stir your mind awake, but to remind you how often blossoms of care appear quietly along your path. And like the flowers around you, you open to them, not clinging, not forcing, simply allowing the memory of gratitude to glow like starlight across your heart. The meadow is vast, yet it feels intimate, as if it belongs only to you in this moment. You sense that gratitude does not need to be grand, to be powerful. A single breath of sweetness, a single blossom in the night, a single heartbeat steady and present. These too are treasures. You linger here, eyes growing heavier, body melting further into the ground, as though you are becoming part of the meadow itself. Your breath slows. The flowers continue to open around you. The stars remain steady. Gratitude fills the air, not as a thought, but as a presence, like dew settling gently upon every surface. And in this quiet, you hear the faintest breeze rising again, moving across the field. It brushes your face, your hands, your chest, and carries with it the whisper of another path. You realize that this meadow is not an ending, but a gentle pause, a place to rest before continuing. The blossoms bow slightly in the wind as though in farewell, as though encouraging you to keep walking deeper into the night. You rise slowly, carrying with you the sweetness of the blossoms, the memory of the steady stars, the truth that gratitude can be as simple as a petal unfolding in silence. You take one last breath of the meadow air, deep, nourishing, slow, and as you step away you feel lighter, softer, more open. The path ahead begins to form once more, winding toward the horizon. You follow it with calm curiosity, knowing that this journey is only unfolding further. And as you leave the meadow, the blossoms continue to glow behind you, their presence lingering in your memory like a soft fragrance. Now you walk onward into the next embrace of night, where another mystery of gratitude waits to reveal itself. Tonight, you leave the meadow of blossoms behind, stepping toward a faint glow on the horizon. The air here is cooler, yet soft, carrying the delicate scent of night flowers mingled with the gentle earthiness of the meadow you have just left. As you move forward, the glow grows stronger, revealing a pathway lined with lanterns, their warm light flickering steadily, inviting you onward. Have you ever noticed how light can guide you without words, without urgency, simply by being present? Each lantern here is like that, a quiet companion, a steady pulse in the calm darkness. You follow them slowly, each step cushioned by the soft earth beneath your feet. The lanterns are spaced perfectly, neither too close nor too far apart, as though they understand the pace of your breath, your body, your mind. The path itself winds gently, curving through a landscape that seems both familiar and enchanted. On one side, low hills ripple softly under the moonlight, their outlines silver and gentle. On the other, shadows deepen, yet they do not threaten. Instead, they feel protective, like a curtain that softens the night. Each lantern illuminates a small patch of earth, a small patch of sky, and in that light, the world feels safe, intimate, and endless at once. You pause for a moment, taking a slow, deliberate breath. Inhale. The warmth of the lanterns, the calm of the night, filling you. Exhale, releasing any remnants of worry, any thoughts of hurry or obligation. Each lantern seems to pulse in rhythm with your exhale, flickering gently, as if acknowledging your presence, your pace, your openness to this quiet journey. As you walk, you notice that the path is lined with small, delicate details. Tiny flowers bloom at the base of some lanterns, petals catching the light and shimmering softly. Stones, smooth and dark, line the edges, their surfaces warmed by the gentle glow. Occasionally, a breeze stirs the lantern flames, and the shadows dance briefly across the ground, creating patterns that are mesmerizing, hypnotic, soothing to watch. Have you ever felt the comfort of moving step by step, guided only by light and breath, without a map, without expectation? That is what this pathway offers. No destination is demanded, only presence. No hurry is required, only trust in the gentle rhythm of lanterns, night, and your own steady heartbeat. You continue forward, noticing how the lanterns seem to respond to your gaze. Perhaps it is a trick of the light, or perhaps it is the magic of the path itself. Each flame sways slightly, welcoming you, encouraging you to notice not just the distance traveled, but the moments between each step, the quiet beauty that surrounds you. Take another deep, slow breath. Inhale, the soft fragrance of night flowers mingling with the warm glow of lantern light. Exhale, letting your shoulders drop, your body sink slightly into the ease of the night. With each breath, each step, you feel lighter, freer, as though the pathway is carrying you gently forward almost without effort. The lanterns begin to reveal more than just light. Along the path, small shadows hint at figures sitting quietly, watching the night unfold. They do not speak, yet their presence is comforting. You realize these are the watchers of gratitude, the silent guardians of calm, embodying the lessons of the meadow and the river, of the trees that whispered. Their stillness reminds you that gratitude, like this path, is both seen and unseen, gentle yet unwavering, steady as a lantern flame. Have you ever noticed how light and shadow together create a harmony that is soothing, almost musical? Here, on this path, you do. The contrast is soft, inviting. The dark spaces allow the light to glow fully, and in this balance, your mind begins to float, effortless, untethered from the day's demands. You walk further, letting your hands brush. Tall grass that edges the path, cool and smooth beneath your fingers. Occasionally, a lantern flickers in response to a breeze, and the movement feels like a conversation without words. Your breath matches the rhythm of the path, inhaling and exhaling in harmony with the gentle sway of the lantern flames, and you begin to feel the calming warmth of presence itself. Ahead, the path curves slightly, and you notice a soft pool of light where several lanterns cluster together. Their glow is warmer here, more intimate, inviting you to pause. You step into the pool of light and close your eyes for a moment, letting the soft illumination wash over your face, your shoulders, your chest. Gratitude rises within you naturally for this moment, for the path itself, for the quiet guidance that has carried you here. And as you stand in the lantern glow, the path ahead stretches further, winding gently into the unknown, yet filled with promise. You feel that this is not just a physical journey, but a reflection of the inner one. Each lantern, each step, each breath guiding you deeper into awareness, calm, and gentle appreciation. Take one more long, soothing breath. Inhale, warmth, light, calm. Exhale, tension, thought, resistance. Feel your body soften, your mind quiet, your spirit settling into the gentle rhythm of the lantern pathway. With each step forward, the path becomes more luminous, and you sense that the lanterns themselves are leading you toward another quiet wonder. A place where the night blooms, where gratitude manifests in beauty and color, where your heart can rest fully before moving onward. And so, slowly, steadily, you continue along the lantern-lit path, carrying the calm of the meadow, the river, and the whispering trees within you, letting the light guide you deeper into the night's gentle mysteries. Bridge. And as you follow the lantern pathway, the glow leads you toward a place where colors bloom in the darkness. The next chapter of your journey awaits in the quiet magic of the night garden of lights. Tonight, guided by the steady lanterns behind you, you step into a garden unlike any you have seen before. The path widens and the air grows warmer, soft with the scent of night-blooming flowers. Every leaf, every petal seems to glow faintly, as if holding its own secret light. You notice tiny sparks floating above the flowers, delicate motes that drift and shimmer like fireflies, their glow steady yet playful. Have you ever been in a place where the night itself feels alive, where darkness is not emptiness but a canvas for quiet wonder? Here, in this garden, the night is alive with soft illumination, each light carrying its own gentle story. You walk slowly, each step cushioned by velvety grass, your fingers brushing petals that hum faintly with energy. The garden is vast, yet intimate. Paths twist gently between glowing blossoms, pools of light forming around clusters of flowers that seem to respond to your presence. The colors are deeper, richer than anything seen in daylight. violets that feel like velvet, blues as soft as whispering water, and silvers that catch the moonlight and scatter it across your vision like a dream. You pause for a moment, letting the beauty settle into your chest. Your breath slows, deepens. Inhale. The warmth of light, the quiet fragrance of the night garden filling you. Exhale. Tension, thought, the last traces of day slipping away. Inhale. Presence, calm, the soft pulse of life surrounding you. Exhale. Surrender. Trust. The gentle rhythm of the night carrying you forward. Have you ever noticed how light can be soft without being weak? Here, the glowing flowers and floating motes illuminate only enough to guide, never to demand. You feel that same gentle guidance in your own heart. The knowing that gratitude, like these lights, does not shout. It simply shines quietly, steadily, and you can rest in its warmth without effort. You follow a winding path deeper into the garden, noticing how each blossom seems alive. Some sway in invisible breezes. Some hum softly when your fingers brush them. Some release tiny sparks that float upward, joining the shimmering motes above. Every step draws you further into stillness, further into wonder, further into a calm awareness that you are part of this night's quiet magic. The garden holds gentle contrasts that delight without startling. Shadow falls soft and velvety beneath taller plants, while pools of light reveal petals and leaves with exquisite detail. A quiet fountain bubbles in the center of the garden, the water catching the glow of nearby blooms and reflecting it back like liquid silver. Its sound is soft, rhythmic, hypnotic. A lullaby that does not demand attention, yet draws you closer with each slow step. Have you ever felt how the combination of light and sound can soothe a mind awake with thoughts? The hum of the garden, the gentle glimmer of blossoms, the whisper of the fountain, all work together to slow your inner rhythm, to align your breath, your heartbeat, your awareness with the calm flow of night. You kneel beside the fountain, feeling the cool stone beneath your palms. Tiny motes of light drift onto the surface of the water, floating like glowing petals. You notice your reflection, softened and blended with the shimmer of lights. And here, the garden whispers again. Gratitude is a quiet presence, a shimmer. In the shadows, a steady pulse beneath every breath. Take a long, slow inhale. Feel the lights of the garden fill your chest, tracing the edges of your heart. Exhale, releasing what is no longer needed, letting it drift away like petals carried by water. Inhale. Presence, wonder, ease. Exhale. Surrender, calm, openness. With every breath, you become more aligned with the gentle magic of the night garden, your mind flowing as quietly and steadily as the glowing fountain before you. The path curves again, revealing another section of the garden where lights cluster, in dense arcs forming tunnels of gentle illumination. You walk beneath these arches, each step soft, careful, slow. Shadows shift subtly around you, yet they do not frighten. Instead, they highlight the beauty of the glowing blooms, enhancing their colors, their warmth, their serenity. As you continue, you begin to notice that the lights themselves seem to respond to your awareness. The motes float closer, hovering at eye level, twinkling as if greeting you, welcoming you into their quiet world. The flowers lean slightly toward you, petals opening wider, revealing inner beauty that glows like a candle within each blossom. You feel a gentle gratitude rising within yourself, a reflection of the garden's calm, a mirror of the serenity that surrounds you. Have you ever walked through a space where the night itself seemed to guide you? Here, each step feels natural, each breath effortless, each thought slower and lighter than before. The garden does not rush, does not push, does not demand. It simply exists, as do you, in a shared rhythm of quiet presence. You find a small clearing where the lights cluster most densely. Sitting down gently on the soft grass, you lean back, letting the warm glow of the flowers and floating motes settle. Around you, you close your eyes briefly, feeling the gentle pulse of light and the faint, soothing hum that seems to emanate from every petal. Gratitude rises like a tide within you, steady and gentle, carrying with it the lessons of the meadow, the river, the whispering trees, and the lantern pathway. The garden seems to breathe with you. Each inhale you take draws light into your chest. Each exhale releases calm into the night. Time begins to feel fluid, as though the garden exists in a space beyond hours, beyond minutes, a timeless sanctuary of presence, wonder, and ease. And as you rest here, you sense the next chapter awaiting you, a soft, open space beyond the garden, where even deeper calm and luminous discovery await. The night garden of lights has prepared you, cradled you, and allowed you to enter fully into a state of quiet presence. Bridge. And as you rise slowly from the garden, carrying its gentle glow within you, the path ahead opens toward a new sanctuary of the night, where even deeper reflections of gratitude and calm await. Tonight, guided by the fading glow of the night garden, you walk into a grove where the trees stand tall and patient, their branches stretching upward toward the sky. The air is cooler here, crisp but soft, carrying a faint scent of pine and earth. The ground beneath your feet is covered with moss, so tender it cushions your steps, inviting you to move slowly, deliberately, as if every step itself is a meditation. Have you ever stood in a place so still that you could hear your own heartbeat as clearly as the world around you? Here, in this grove, silence is not emptiness. It is full, complete, and alive. Every leaf, every branch, every whisper of night wind seems to vibrate with a quiet energy, a rhythm older than time itself. Above you, the sky stretches wide, unfurling a tapestry of stars, so dense, so brilliant, that it feels as if the universe itself has leaned down to gaze upon you. Each star flickers softly, steady, yet delicate, creating a canopy that seems both infinite and intimate. You pause for a moment, letting your eyes trace constellations you recognize and some you do not, each one a gentle invitation to wonder. The grove is not lit by lanterns or glowing blooms. Instead, the stars themselves spill light across the mossy ground in silver streams, dappling the trunks of the trees in soft highlights. Shadows fall gently. Yet, they feel safe, protective even, creating pockets of quiet mystery that encourage your imagination to drift freely, slowly, like clouds across the night sky. You take a long, steady breath. Inhale, the cool, fragrant air filling your lungs. Exhale, tension, thought, the last remnants of daytime activity releasing effortlessly. Inhale, presence, calm, the awareness of this sacred night space. Exhale, surrender, trust, openness. With each breath, you become more attuned to the gentle rhythm of the grove, your body and mind aligning with the slow, eternal pulse of the stars above. Have you ever noticed how silence can be a form of guidance as powerful as any sound? In this grove, the quiet teaches you to listen, not with your ears, but with your heart, to notice the small details, the curve of a branch, the shimmer of dew on moss, the way a star catches on the tip of a leaf. Each subtle sensation carries a message of calm, of presence, of gentle gratitude. You walk deeper into the grove, noticing that some trees arch gracefully, forming natural alcoves beneath their branches. You step into one such alcove, letting the canopy of stars above feel like a private cathedral of light. You lean against the trunk of a sturdy tree, feeling its bark cool and grounding against your back, and close your eyes briefly. The silence here is almost musical. There is no sound that demands your attention, yet a symphony of subtle notes arises if you listen closely. The faint rustle of leaves, the soft sigh of night wind, the distant call of an owl. These are not interruptions, but companions, guiding your awareness gently inward, toward stillness, toward the calm center of your being. Take another slow, deep breath. Inhale, drawing in the vastness of the sky, the quiet of the grove, the soft support of the trees around you. Exhale, letting go of all expectation, all effort, all urgency. Inhale, peace, spaciousness, wonder. Exhale, surrender, ease, stillness. Each breath carries you deeper into a state of gentle presence, where gratitude can bloom quietly within your heart. As you sit in the alcove, the stars above begin to twinkle in patterns that feel familiar and new at the same time. You notice the subtle stories they tell, constellations passed down through time, shapes that ignite memory, and others that simply invite your imagination to wander. You realize that the grove is teaching you the quiet art of observation. To notice, to appreciate, to let wonder enter without needing to capture it or define it. Have you ever felt gratitude that is so still it is like a current beneath your skin, flowing quietly yet endlessly? Here, the grove allows it to rise naturally. For the stars, for the trees, for your own body and breath. For every small, unnoticed blessing that threads through your life. It does not demand your focus. It simply exists as constant as the night sky, as gentle as the soft moss beneath your feet. You lie back slowly on the moss, letting the stars stretch above you like a soft, protective blanket. The trees sway gently in response to a breeze that feels almost like a sigh, and you feel held, cradled, supported. Your mind softens. Thoughts drift by like clouds, unhurried and weightless. Your breath continues its slow, even rhythm, in harmony with the pulse of the grove and the infinite, quiet of the night sky, and as you rest there, you sense that this grove, this stillness, is a bridge, a passage to the next stage of your journey. You will rise gently, carrying the serenity of the silent grove of stars with you, moving toward a space where light, sound, and presence converge in a new, luminous form. Bridge. And as you rise from the moss beneath the silent stars, the night opens before you once more, leading to a sanctuary where soft whispers and gentle illumination await in the glow of the twilight glade. Tonight, leaving the silent grove of stars behind, you step into a glade bathed in soft twilight, where the last whispers of day meet the quiet breath of night. The air here carries a gentle warmth, touched with the faint sweetness of flowers and moss, and every sound feels softened, like the world itself is exhaling. You notice how the light glows faintly, not from sun or moon, but from the subtle shimmer of the glade itself, as though the space has been quietly lit from within. Have you ever walked into a place where the light feels alive, warm and tender, wrapping you in calm without words? The twilight glade is such a place. The glow is steady, yet dynamic, shifting ever so slightly as shadows of delicate plants and trees sway gently in the soft evening breeze. Every step you take is cushioned, grounded, yet light, as if the earth itself encourages your slow, deliberate pace. Above, the sky is a deepening blue, fading softly into the horizon, while the glow of the glade paints the ground in delicate golds and silvers. Tiny insects drift lazily in the light, their movements so quiet and precise they feel like living brushstrokes on the canvas of the night. You walk forward, noticing the petals of low blossoms catching the glow, each one a tiny lantern of its own, offering gentle beauty without urgency. Take a deep, slow breath. Inhale. The warmth, the quiet light filling your chest. Exhale. Tension, thought, the last traces of daytime activity slipping effortlessly away. Inhale. Presence, calm, curiosity. Exhale. Surrender, trust, openness. With each breath, each step, you become more attuned to the serene rhythm of the glade, allowing yourself to move slowly, gently, in harmony with the soft illumination around you. Have you ever noticed how gentle contrasts can bring a sense of magic? Here, shadow and glow coexist, shaping the glade without startling. The dark spaces deepen the soft light, giving it definition, making it more soothing, more enveloping. You realize that presence, like gratitude, works the same way. Steady and quiet, most visible when it meets stillness. You reach the center of the glade where a shallow pool mirrors the twilight glow above. Its surface is smooth and still, broken only by the occasional ripple of a falling leaf or a drifting petal. You kneel at its edge, letting your fingers trail lightly across the water. The cool touch sends a gentle shiver through your body, grounding you further, anchoring you to the calm, luminous moment. The glow around you seems to respond to your awareness. As you gaze at the reflection in the water, the light deepens in some places, softens in others, creating subtle patterns that mesmerize and soothe. Each pattern feels deliberate, gentle, yet effortlessly flowing, as if the glade itself is sharing its quiet wisdom. Gratitude is luminous, steady, alive in every small moment, in every subtle movement, in every gentle breath. Have you ever felt a place teaching you without words, only presence, only sensation? Here, the twilight glade does exactly that. The warmth of the glow, the stillness of the water, the subtle hum of night insects all blend together into a quiet symphony of calm. You are no longer separate from this space. You are part of it, a living note in its soft melody. You lie back slowly on the soft grass, letting the glow of the glade envelop you. The petals of surrounding flowers brush your fingertips. The shallow pool reflects the gentle shimmer above, mirroring your calm breath, your steady heartbeat. Inhale, drawing in the light and warmth of the glade. Exhale, letting go of effort, expectation, and worry. Inhale, presence, wonder, ease. Exhale, surrender, softness, rest. Each breath carries you deeper into this luminous calm, aligning your body, mind, and spirit with the gentle energy of the glade. As you rest, you notice tiny creatures moving quietly among the plants. Moths, fireflies, and small shadows that flit softly in the glow. They do not distract but enhance the tranquility, reminding you that even life's smallest movements can be gentle, quiet, and beautiful. Gratitude, you realize, works the same way. Small, subtle, steady, contributing to the fullness of your experience without demanding attention. You rise slowly, carrying the soft warmth of the glade within you, and take a final deep breath. Inhale. The glow, the calm, the beauty. Exhale. Tension, thought, resistance. You feel lighter, more open, your heart tender, your mind at ease. The path ahead stretches gently forward, bathed in the lingering twilight, leading you toward the final sanctuary of the night, where all lessons, all calm, all presence converge. Bridge. And as you leave the twilight glade, the soft path ahead invites you into the final sanctuary of the night, a place where all the quiet wisdom and gentle light you've gathered merge in peace and rest. Tonight, as you leave the twilight glade behind, you follow a softly winding path toward a sanctuary bathed in a gentle, warm light. The air here is perfectly still, carrying only the faintest fragrance of night blossoms and soft earth. The light itself seems to hum quietly, wrapping everything it touches in a calm, luminous embrace. Each step you take is cushioned, effortless, as though the earth itself is guiding you forward into ease and serenity. Have you ever entered a place where light feels alive, yet soothing, where its warmth does not demand your attention, but invites you to rest fully? Here, in this sanctuary of resting light, you experience exactly that. The illumination is soft, golden, and steady, diffused through delicate veils of mist that shimmer faintly, creating a dreamlike atmosphere where every shadow is gentle, every detail tender. You pause at the entrance, letting your eyes adjust to the subtle radiance. The sanctuary stretches before you, open yet intimate, with softly glowing pools of light scattered across the floor. The air hums quietly with the rhythm of calm, like a lullaby you can feel more than hear. You take a deep, deliberate breath. Inhale, the warmth, the stillness filling your chest. Exhale, tension, thought, the remnants of the day slipping away. Inhale, presence, wonder, ease. Exhale, surrender, trust, softness. Have you ever noticed how a space can hold you without effort, supporting you simply by existing? This sanctuary does exactly that. Every flicker of light, every subtle reflection, every delicate shadow contributes to a sense of complete safety and serenity. You feel welcomed, cradled, and understood by the very air around you. You move forward slowly, letting your hands brush gently over the soft grass and moss that carpets the sanctuary. Pools of light ripple faintly beneath your fingertips, responding with a subtle shimmer as if acknowledging your presence. Tiny motes of illumination float lazily in the warm air, weaving between blossoms and low shrubs, creating a delicate, mesmerizing dance of gentle light. You find a quiet spot at the center of the sanctuary and lower yourself onto the soft ground. The light here surrounds you completely, warm and steady, filling the space around your body and within your chest. You close your eyes for a moment, letting the glow settle over your skin, your muscles, your mind. The stillness here is deep and full, a sanctuary not only of light, but of presence, awareness, and gratitude. Take a long, slow inhale. Draw the luminous warmth into your chest. Exhale. Release all tension, all remaining thought, all effort. Inhale. Presence, calm, serenity. Exhale. Surrender, softness, rest. Each breath brings you closer to complete ease, your body sinking gently into the earth, your mind flowing effortlessly into quiet. Have you ever felt the sensation of light, embracing you so fully that your worries dissolve like morning mist? Here, in this sanctuary, that is exactly what happens. The lessons of the journey, there's the meadow of blossoms, the lantern pathway, the night garden of lights, the silent grove of stars, the twilight glade merge into this one luminous space. Each memory, each sensation, each subtle whisper of gratitude and calm flows into your being, filling you completely. You lie back fully now, surrendering entirely to the warmth and serenity of the sanctuary. The pools of light shimmer gently across your vision, creating patterns that feel like a soft symphony for the senses. The air is still but alive, vibrating subtly with the quiet energy of presence and rest. Your breath continues its slow, steady rhythm, perfectly in sync with the sanctuary around you. As you rest here, you notice the smallest details, the way a petal tilts toward the glow, the shimmer of a mote of light drifting lazily, the faint reflection of your own face in the soft pools. Each one is a reminder that gratitude, calm, and presence exist in the quietest, simplest moments. You are a part of this gentle rhythm connected to the light, the earth, the night itself. Take one more deep, deliberate breath. Inhale, the warmth, the calm, the luminous presence filling every corner of your being. Exhale, all tension, all thought, all concern fading into the glow around you. Inhale, serenity, softness, ease. Exhale, surrender, rest, peace. Your body feels weightless, your mind quiet, your heart tender. And as you lie there, fully cradled by the sanctuary of resting light, the entire journey, every meadow, river, tree, garden, and glade flows together into one continuous, serene awareness. Gratitude glows within you like the soft light that surrounds you, steady, unwavering, and infinitely gentle. The sanctuary seems to hum softly, its energy pulsing with the rhythm of your breath, the beat of your heart, the quiet flow of presence. You feel a profound sense of completion, a peaceful fullness that does not demand movement or thought, only quiet acknowledgement. And now, as your eyelids grow heavy, as your body sinks fully into the comfort and warmth of this luminous space, you are ready to rest completely. Let the light cradle you, let the calm flow through you, let the night enfold you, carrying you gently into deep, restorative sleep. And as you drift into this peaceful rest, know that the calm and gratitude you discovered tonight remain with you, ready to return whenever you need them. If you enjoyed this journey, you can continue exploring other tranquil paths and soothing stories by subscribing and joining our nightly adventures into calm, mindful sleep.